Good morning, students. I wanted to take a little time to explain your assignment today in case you're not able to make it in. I know the weather's not great. And so this is just for those that are going to be gone today, Friday, December 10th. So your assignment today is we've been talking about DNA, and we understand that a few things have to happen for DNA to be useful. The first thing that has to happen is DNA has to get converted or rewritten in this new code called RNA. We call that transcription. It's getting transcribed. And then the next thing that has to happen is ribosomes have to take this RNA code and then make a protein using that code, right? They read the RNA code in these three-letter sequences called codons, and that's how they're able to make a protein. So we've talked about that process called translation. We now get to have a little fun, and we're gonna, on a Friday, kind of a snowy, wintry Friday here, have a little fun with this. Essentially, what you've got is you've got this little critter. It's called a snork, and we don't know what they look like. We have to figure out what they look like, and all you have is a DNA sample, okay? Or I should say, an RNA sample. And how are you going to know it's RNA? Because you see the U's in here. So you're going to pick one of these four snork samples, whether it's a Snicker snork, a Snuffle, Snapple, or Snoopy snork, and then you're going to go through and decode their RNA, okay? And then you're going to draw what that organism looks like based on their code on the next sheet. This codon wheel will not be on yours. It'll just be on the back is just a blank sheet. You'll draw your snork on the back there, okay? And then you can use the drawing tool. You know where those are at. You can go to draw here and use the drawing tool if you need to on your computer. If you want to try and print this out, you can. I handed some paper copies out to my silver students in preparation, but not everybody. So some of you will be doing this digitally. Anyway, once you pick your snork here, let's just do it. Let's just do the Snicker snork here. You're going to read these first three codons, right? GUC, AGC, and AAA. And you're going to figure out what those things code for, what amino acids. We ended class last time doing this. So I'm going to go through and figure out what GUC codes for. Okay, this would be for gene 1, body covering. And based on whether my amino acids coded for are valine, serine, leucine, or valine, serine, lysine, that'll determine whether my snork is hairless or hairy. Okay, so first one, GUC. I'm going to look at my codon wheel here. GUC codes for valine. Okay, they both code for valine. That didn't help a whole lot yet. The next one is AGC. AGC codes for serine. Well, they both code for serine. And then the last one, AAA, AAA codes for lysine. Here's lysine right here. So I know that when I go to draw my snork is going to be hairy. Okay. You might just want to go through and highlight those things. You'll want to go through and do that for each gene. Notice that gene 2 is made of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 codons. You should see 5 amino acids. And depending on which of these fits your code determines whether your snork is going to be thin or round. So keep that in mind. And again, all you have to do is draw it on the back here, okay? And have a little fun. So, look at gene 2 and it says, that your snork has to be, let's say gene 3, let's say you get 2 legs, right? Your snork is 2-legged. You can give it, obviously 2 legs, but it doesn't say where the legs have to be. You can put one on its head and one on its body. You can put, 2 legs coming out of its, above its eyebrows. You really get to have, fun with this and do whatever you'd like. So it has to at a minimum, have these traits, okay? And then you can have a little fun with it, give it a name, things like that, okay? So depending on which snork you pick is going to determine which of these traits you're getting, okay? You'll bring this to class, or we can print it out next week, okay? We'll bring it, if you have a digital copy, you can submit that. We aren't grading these and looking at them until next week. Use your codon wheel. Remember, you work your way from the inside out, and that'll tell you what amino acids get coded for, and that'll tell you what your snork is going to look like, okay? We're taking a root word quiz in class. If you can't make it in today, then you'll take your root word quiz at home. You won't take your root word quiz at home. You'll have to take it when you get back, and then you'll just work on this at home, okay? Drive safe if you're on your way or if you're out and about, and if you are at home, stay warm, and we will see you guys next week.